I'm curious as to where you land on this one, Lance. I've said pretty repeatedly over the past couple of weeks, I would not trade up. I would not combine my later first round pick with the first round pick that's going to be earlier in this draft to get any of the quarterbacks. If there's a quarterback that you like that's sitting there when you pick, I think you do it. But I think you need so much. You need probably 3 offensive linemen. I think you need an elite wide receiver. I think you need a number 1 wide receiver. If you go out and you get a number 1 wide receiver, I think Jerry Jeudy all of a sudden kind of slots into more where his skill set is. So I guess if you love a quarterback in this draft, you take him, but I'm not sure that's productive for the Browns at this point.
Well, I'll say this. I'm also not on board with drafting Mendoza, and here's why. There's 2 reasons. One is they have so many holes on this offensive line. They have so many holes on offense as a whole, including the scheme right now. They're really, really struggling. So whoever you put back there, if you don't have the right people in front of them, the right skill, you're going to see some struggles. I also am a lot higher than most on Dillon Gabriel. And if Dillon Gabriel is your backup and you're going with Shedeur Sanders, then if that's what you want to do, then see what you could do if you get some linemen. Maybe get a number 1 receiver, a guy who can create some space, maybe a backup running back who can, an A-chain who can make some people miss in space, and you don't have to do a lot. The run game. But for me, I'm all about the offensive line. Football starts from the inside out, and the Browns are struggling on offense for a lot of reasons. But for me, the number 1 reason is they can't run the ball consistently. They can't pass protect, and they've had injuries. And I will never say negative things about an offensive lineman, because those guys have the toughest job, the most miserable job. All they do is block, and the only time you talk about them is when they do poorly. So they got to address that offensive line. But I'm with you. I like Dillon Gabriel a lot too. And I like some of the things that Shedeur Sanders has done. So you let those 2 guys go. You have Watson coming back, which gives you a little bit of a veteran presence. I think he's too banged up though. Maybe you take a guy late, but I don't think you waste a pick on a quarterback. You have so many holes. If you're going to go with the highest guy on the board, then you take Caleb Downs at the free safety, and then you build from there. But I think you got to get a receiver, and you got to get an offensive lineman, and you got to get guys that can impact right away.
I think you probably need 3. You certainly need a tackle. You need a left tackle probably, and you need guards. Whippler might be able to be your center, but you need guard. I mean, Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller. I would assume Joel Bitonio. You might be able to talk him to come back 1 more year, but I doubt it. You need interior guys so that your quarterback isn't getting pressure up the middle.
Well, I will say this: they definitely need to address inside, and the thing with Joel Bitonio absolutely makes no sense to me. I usually try to have a pretty good answer, and I always try to back coaches because I know that position stuff. I don't understand the Wyatt Teller situation at all. I will say this: a sleeper for a backup inside would be KT Levinston. Everybody has said he's been terrible in pass protection. I'm going to create a film here in the offseason. I'm going to show people what KT Levinston can do when he gets his hands on you. And as a guard, you don't have to worry about those elite rushers coming around the end. He was a guard in college, and he has a ton of strength, and he's really good and really nasty in the run game. I think he could be a good swing guy as a backup inside. I don't know if he can snap the ball, but he could be that interior swing guy. And then you got to get a starter at guard, and you're right, and you got to get a left tackle that is elite, that can pass protect and block in the run game. But they have some pieces. Jenkins can help a little bit inside. He's not a tackle. Levinston. So you have rotational pieces, but you need some front level guys inside and at tackle before you do anything else. And obviously you need to get a guy. You and I have talked about it for as long as we've known each other. I feel like about getting a guy who can make some plays in space.